Hello all, welcome back to another interesting story under the theme of Azadi Kamrat Mahotsav story series by Mommy Show Musings. Today I'm going to introduce you to a brave, or should I say, the first feminist queen from ancient India. You guys must be surprised, right? That too feminist queen, that too from ancient India. Yes, my dear friends, let us go to the 11th century to meet queen who has raised her feminist voice back in that time itself. She's and in fact, she is the person who has taught Muhammad Gori the best lesson in his life. Wondering who that lady is? Yes, she is none other than Rajmata Naiki Devi Solanki. And please do take a note here, my dear friends. I'm referring her as Rajmata, not as a queen. And there is a reason for that, which I'm going to tell you at a later point of time in my story. Before I talk about her story, why she has to raise her feminist voice and all the stuff. Let me tell you a little bit about her background. She is a princess belonging to the Goa Kadamba King's branch. She was born in the Goa Kadamba royal family and got married to Ajaypala Solanki from the Solanki Empire. Solankis are a part of Chalukyas who were ruling Gujarat at that point of time. By birth itself, her beauty was priceless and people were actually awestruck with her beauty, it seems. And not only beauty, she's a princess with brains. She learned all the martial arts like archery, bow and archery, horse riding, elephant riding, military strategies, the state operations of a particular state, everything along with her father. She was like, though she's a very beautiful princess outwardly, she has a strong will of mind and strong mental power as well. After she got married to Ajay Pal Solanki, obviously she had moved to her in-laws place. That is the capital of the Solanki Empire is called Anahelivada, which is currently known as Patan, which has this famous monument Ranika Wow, which most of us have known through, and that it is one of the UNESCO heritage sites which people do visit whenever they go to Gujarat, isn't it? But unfortunately, her marriage is very short-lived as the King Ajay Pala has passed away due to some internal feuds or internal coups within the palace by 1175. At that time, she had a very small kid who Mulai Raja too, who is just 3 years old. So, in other queens' histories and other queen stories, we have seen that queen will make their son as a uh, next probable king of the throne, and then they will proclaim themselves as the queen regents and start ruling the kingdom, isn't it? Here, Rani Naiki Devi didn't declare herself as a queen regent. She declared herself as a Rajmata of Solanki kingdom, which means that Mulai Raja too is the only future heir of Solanki kingdom, and she is not going to rule sitting down on that throne, the Solanki kingdom. So she appointed herself as the army chieftain of the Solanki Empire, and she started taking care of the Solanki Empire's day-to-day activities as well as in the political matters. Around that time itself, uh, up in the north, Muhammad Gori started his invasion journey. We all heard about how Muhammad Gori came, got defeated in Prithviraj Chauhan's hands, and then went back and came back once again in conquer the Punjab, and then Delhi and all other areas in 1794. But what we don't know is that Muhammad Gori tried attacking India in 1175 itself. At that time, he didn't come to the Khyber Pass, which we were told earlier that he used. He came to the Gomal Pass, and he had already captured Multan and Uch in the Great Punjab Empire. And in fact, the Uch, when he tried conquering Uch Empire, kingdom, uh, the queen of which kingdom came to know about Muhammad Ghori's power and how he actually tortures all the prisoners of war and stuff like that. What she did is she immediately surrendered herself along with all the other females in that kingdom, and said like, we'll be your servants. Please spare me and my husband from the your wrath. I mean, Seeing this as a very easy conquest, Muhammad Ghori might have thought very badly about all the women folk in India at that time, because Punjab Empire also belongs to the greater Indian subcontinent at that point of time, right? So he had a very, kind of very bad opinion about women, which was totally proven wrong by Rani Naiki Devi. You want to hear that interesting story how it happened? So already Rani Nike Devi's beauty is well known, and the word about her beauty and her skills were spreading all over the country like a wildfire at that point of time. And by 1775 itself, Rani Nike Devi's husband Ajay Pala has already passed away. So Muhammad Gori thought, it's very easy to capture a widow, and that too with the whose beauty is priceless. So I can maybe make her as my wife or whatever it is. So he sent a message to Rani Naiki Devi, I mean that Solanki Empire at that point of time itself, saying like, I'm going to come and invade Solanki Empire if you, along with all the other women folk of Gujarat, surrender to me along with your son and give me all your the riches in your country. I'm going to protect your country and make you as my queen. But he never said queen. Put you into my zanana. Hearing this, Rani Naiki Devi felt very insulted. How can he actually say such kind of words to the women folk? Women are being revered in India, right? We always say that yatra naryan tu pujyate, tatra vadate devata, isn't it? So, I mean, that is how the our culture at that point of time is. So she got really upset with that. So she said, she didn't agree to that, and she just kept quiet without sending any reply back. So Muhammad Ghori came all the way from Uch and started took some halt in the somewhere closer to Mount Abu, and started waiting for Queen Nike Devi. Nike Devi here has played a very clever ploy. In fact, she knew that. mm, she alone with her armed forces will not be able to go and defeat Muhammad Ghori. So what she told, she went did is she went and asked help from all her neighboring countries. Some of them have agreed, some of them have not agreed. People like Darwar, Daravarsha, Kelandeva had agreed and lent her their elephants, horses, and stuff like that. But she decided to not to wait for Muhammad Ghori to come and attack the current her capital, that is the current Patan region or Anheliawara at that point of time. And what she told, she did is she went to the current Mount Abu Road, which is where the actual battle has happened. That is in the Gangaragata passes of the Mount Abu. So she went there along with her elephants, her army people, and after making them hide behind the mountains, what she did is she went forward or sitting on an elephant with her that 8-year-old boy tied to her lap. She went forward to meet Muhammad Ghori in his tent. The moment Muhammad Ghori heard the sounds of the elephant approaching, he felt that, yeah, Queen, as usual, the women folk are very, not that very brave. They cannot wage any war. So she's coming to surrender along with her son, because people could see only one lady coming and sitting along on the elephant along with her small child. Child was also visible from the far off distance. But what he didn't realize at that point of time is that there is a huge army behind her who has actually surrounded their place where they were resting from all the different sides. And I tell you, my dear friends, when the words which Rani Naiki Devi used once again here to give motivation to her army is almost similar to the words that which King Hamid Singh Ji has used during his battle, which we have already I already told to you, right? Most of the battles are won in the brain, not on the ground. So when she said that, her army felt that yes, they can trust her and actually go and invade Muhammad Ghori and win that battle. And the people who have described that scene has described that the entire dust in that desert of Rajasthan has raised like a big cloud, and it has become the atmosphere has become so dark, pitch dark, because the houses were running, elephants were running, people were chasing, attacking the Muhammad Ghori's army from all the directions. that the people outside that battlefield couldn't see anything what is happening inside the battlefield. The dust from the Rajasthan deserts has risen up like a big dark clouds. After the dust got settled, the cloud got settled, all they could see is that Muhammad Ghori running away on a horseback with around 12 or 10 or 12 soldiers surrounding him from all the sides, fleeing towards the bush direction. What later we got to know from other people is that Rani Naiki Devi took swords in both her hands and chopped his private parts of Muhammad Ghori, saying, "You dare not utter bad words about women, folk. Women are to be worshipped because they are the another group of goddess and all that normal typical dialogues that would have happened." And after that defeat in the battle, Muhammad Ghori took 14 years to recover from his wounds, and he came back to attack India once again through Khyber Pass. He never dared coming through Gujarat once again. That itself shows how much himself Muhammad Ghori carried in his heart after this. And it took him 14 years to recover. And history says that Muhammad Ghori never had any offspring post that. And in fact, he distributed all his kingdom to his servant sons born for his servants, which shows that this story is true. And you might be saying, like, where did you get all this information? The Jain scholar Meritunga has captured vivid detail about this battle, how it happened, and how it got to know as the Battle of Kayadra or Kashrada in 1178 in his book Prabandha Chintamani. In fact, in a recent book, Saffron's was also described loosely based on again Prabandha Chintamani about this war and about Nike Devi. So this is one lady who has actually taught the best lesson for the people who torment women. No, I mean her intention here is that women are should be treated equally good. Women should be respected in the on the in the equal manner when compared to other counterparts of us. So maybe should we call her as a first feminist ruler? In fact, I there is one more point which I promised that I'll tell you earlier is that why she was called as Rajmata and why she is being not referred as Queen Nike Devi, because she has put her son Mulai Raja too as a king of Solanki dynasty. Even in the Solanki dynasty hierarchy and everywhere genealogy, we see after Ajay Pala, Mulai Raja too is a king, not Rani Naiki Devi. Rani Naiki Devi's history has been totally erased from the annals of the history, but I think her spirit has given most of the people the, courage and bravery to, good mind power to fight with the tormentors of the women folk or with other tormentors. Don't you all agree to my viewpoints? So this is all my story for today. But I'm really amazed and I got really, I felt really brave, or I should say, my heart was filling with pride when I heard about the story from Nike Devi. Nowadays, we get to see so many Me Too movements and all the other stuff. But there are people who has actually taught the best possible lessons to the people who torment us at that point of time in 11th century itself. I hope the lesson which she has given to Muhammad Ghori is being we can use that lesson even today in the current modern society. Most of the rapes and other atrocities against women folk would be seized to will be seized, isn't it? So think about it, my dear friends. Let me come back to you with another interesting story tomorrow with from the ancient India. Till then, bye bye. Take care.